Is environmental justice one of the criteria of divine justice as described by Islam? Let's find out. In Islam, divine justice is one of the core tenets of our belief, which means we give each human being their rights and that we don't discriminate. We treat people equitably. The same goes for environmentalism. So each human being should have equal access to resources that their environment provides, and that they should be able to live safely, securely, and with ready access to what they need to live a healthy and normal life. And unfortunately, the world in which we live does not see this happening. For example, there are urban environments, cities, in which the temperature of the living environment, the neighborhoods where poor people live, low socioeconomic status individuals, is much higher than neighborhoods that are rich and affluent. And that this higher temperature, due to climate change, which we know is a fact, causes negative health effects. This is something that should be considered when it comes to environmental justice. And as Muslims, it is our responsibility not to ignore it or to consider that it is something that is small, because it is not. Although Islam does not explicitly mention environmental justice, it is certainly included in the broader umbrella or universal message of justice in an Islamic sense. Allah says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. Allah does not like those who do wastage. And the word israf means to come out of moderation, to go beyond moderation. Whether that means to waste or misallocate resources or not use them properly enough or avail ourselves to its benefit. That's why Islam advocates that for each and every human being, that those resources are there so that they can use them. It is our responsibility to uphold this justice. It is our responsibility to save the world in which we live, not only for ourselves, but for the next generations, for posterity, and to fulfill the code that Allah has embedded into Islam to protect this beautiful world in which we live, one step at a time, recycling, not using too many plastics, not throwing away things, preserving water, saving the air that we have to breathe that is so precious to us. Thus, let's be environmental. Let's be sustainable in our actions. Let's make it a habit of our daily lives, because this is the Islamic way. It is a tradition that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam used to advocate that if someone had water that was on their property, whether through a well or running water in a stream or a river, that after they had fulfilled their own usage of it, that it would be allowed to be used by others, and that it should be given to others to benefit from that. The same goes for the planting of trees and the cleaning of the ground and not desecrating it. This is environmental justice, so that it is not just beneficial to me, this world that we live in, but for everybody, so that everyone can be safe and secure. Again, let's be environmentally conscious. Let's be sustainable in our practices and preserve this beautiful work. With this, I bid you well, and I ask that you pray for all of us so that we can leave a beautiful world behind. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.